Okay, so now coming to the classifications of crystalline and amorphous solids. So solids are classified into two types, crystalline and amorphous solids. So what are crystalline solids? Where the arrangement of constituent particles are in a regular pattern, whereas in case of amorphous solids, the arrangement of constituent particles are in irregular pattern. So in case of crystalline solids, if you take a best example NaCl, and in case of amorphous solids, if you take a Teflon as one of the examples, that is where the arrangement of particles in regular pattern is formed in crystalline solids, and in case of amorphous solids, irregular pattern is arranged. Because crystalline solids have a regular shape, either rectangular or the triangle, whatever the when you cut the two pieces, into two pieces of crystal, it gives their another shape, the same type of shape. If you take the sugar crystals, when you cut the crystals to two, then it gives the another shape. So in the same type, the crystals solids have a geometrical shape, and amorphous solids have irregular shape. Crystalline solids have long range order. Long range order means, that is, if you take that is a example here, CD, 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 CD. In this form, the arrangement of crystals can be taken place in a long range order. But in case of amorphous solids, it is not possible. So it has a short range order. The melting points are sharp in case of crystalline solids. So when you melt the crystalline solids, it can be gets converted into a solid to a liquid state. But whereas in amorphous solids, the melting points are not sharp. So amorphous solids can convert into a liquid state, as compared to crystalline solids, there does not take such a time to convert it as a crystalline solids. If a crystalline solids takes one of the 30 minutes in the converting of a crystal to a liquid state, the such a process does not be taken in case of amorphous solids. So in case of crystalline solids, they are anisotropy in nature. Anisotropy in nature means it depends on the refractive index, thermal conductivity, and the electrical resistance. So anisotropy in nature, where the molecules are arranged in a certain range of order, but when you see the arrangement of these molecules to a refractive index method, it does not use the same type of positions. So if you see the here in this case of CD, 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 CD. So if you see in case of horizontal positions, all are having a regular pattern CD, CD, CD. But in case of vertical positions, so every alphabet starts with a C. Understood? So in this case, the refractive index of, in case of what the CD is there, it must be possible, or it must be there in the vertical side, but it is not possible. So such a type of what happens is called as anisotropy. Whereas in amorphous solids, it does not have a regular shape, so it obeys it is the electrical conductivity, electrical resistance, thermal conductivity, as well as the refractive index, all are same. So it is called as a isotropy nature. Next, amorphous solids which can convert into a liquid state at a certain melting point. So it is called as a pseudo solids. Whereas the crystalline solids are in a solid state, it is called as a true solids. And in case of the amorphous solids are also called as super cooled liquids, where the viscous in case of the solids are completely gets converted into a amorphous liquids gets completely converted into a liquid state. Such type of process is known as a super cooled liquids. So these are some of the differences between the crystalline and amorphous solids. So among these, they will ask write any two differences between crystalline and amorphous solids for 2 marks. So study this well. Classifications. In the next class, I will start the classification of crystalline solids. If any doubts, call me. Take care and be safe.